If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Time discovers truth. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Don't explain. Your friends do not need it, and your enemies will not believe you. What hurts us is what heals us. Only two things can reveal life's great secrets: suffering and love. If you conquer yourself, then you conquer the world. All cruelty springs from weakness. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. To be always fortunate and to pass through life with a soul that has never known sorrow is to be ignorant of one half of nature. While we are postponing, life speeds by. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. There is only one way to learn. It's through action. Everything you need to know, you have learned through your journey. One day, you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you want to be successful, you must respect one rule: never lie to yourself. The two hardest tests on the spiritual road are the patience to wait for the right moment and the courage not to be disappointed with what we encounter. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. A life without cause is a life without effect. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. Silence is a lesson learned through life's many suffering. We can never judge the lives of others because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. One has to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep on going forward despite the fear. You have two choices: to control your mind or to let your mind control you. If you love someone, you must be prepared to set them free. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Life, if well lived, is long enough. No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. Be like the fountain that overflows, not like the cistern that merely contains. A man must always hide three things from a woman: his fears, so she believes in his strength; his mistakes, so she believes in his wisdom; and his dreams, so he can surprise her with their realization. We must never stop dreaming. Dreams provide nourishment for the soul, just as a meal does for the body. Happiness is something that multiplies when it is divided. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. We are not ill-provided, but use what we have wastefully. He who is brave is free. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. We learn not in school, but in life. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. No man was ever wise by chance. There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with. What can happen at any time can happen today. The part of life we really live is small, for all the rest of existence is not life, but merely time. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Life is too short or too long for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. If you start by promising what you don't even have yet, you'll lose your desire to work towards getting it. If we could be satisfied with anything, we should have been satisfied long ago. Often, a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. You are lonely, not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. Don't let yourself be controlled by three things: people, money, or past experience. Ignorance is the cause of fear. When a person spends all of his time in foreign travel, he ends by having many acquaintances, but no friends. Of this one thing, make sure against your dying day that your faults die before you do. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. You are what you believe yourself to be. Anyone who loves in the expectation of being loved in return is wasting their time. Don't allow your mind to tell your heart what to do. The mind gives up easily. When you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. What really ruins our character is the fact that none of us looks back over his life. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. Close some doors, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they no longer lead somewhere. Forgive, but do not forget, or you will be hurt again. Forgetting loses the lesson. Life always waits for some crisis to occur before revealing itself at its most brilliant. Love is a trap. When it appears, we see only its light, not its shadows. If you are never alone, you cannot know yourself. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Be wary of the man who urges an action in which he himself incurs no risk. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. The mind that is anxious about the future is miserable. Only time can heal what reason cannot. Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the favorable wind. If you're brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. If you think adventure is dangerous, try routine. It is lethal. When you repeat a mistake, it is not a mistake anymore. It is a decision. Being human means having doubts and yet still continuing on your path. When someone leaves, it's because someone else is about to arrive.